Hey guys, it's Mike, another King Arthur Legend Rise video. We went ahead and did it. We purchased the Champion Pass. Got all these juicy rewards here. We're going to add to the account. We're going to summon today. We're going to look at our progress over the last couple days with the different legendaries on the account. And we're going to see what this $20 does for us. So at all the values in the game, I do feel like this is one of the best values in here. I think we claim all and see what's going on here. So we've got a lot of gold coming in here, a lot of stamina. This is a guaranteed legendary. We get some 5 and 6 star gear, which will be sweet. Been needing that on the account for a minute, so hopefully we get a couple good pieces in there that can really step up our game. Get 15 summons, we get 5 of each of the relic summons, 20 of the upgraded summons, as well as some other juicy things there. So all things are going to be super helpful for the account. Maybe we can get a couple pieces of vigor gear with some of the resources that they dropped, and really enhance some of our key players. In the last few videos, I've been looking to make some serious progress in the power-up dungeons. We've been looking at Plane of the Beast. I am super close to being able to take on Plane of the Beast level 10. Unfortunately, not quite there yet. I did get my Nika up to 6 star 60, moved her into the lead position to get that extra 20% HP, but unfortunately Kay is just not tanky enough to stay alive. So she ends up dying, so I need better gear on her, more defense, more HP. But I think with some very small adjustments, we'll be able to actually farm consistently in Penvid 10, Plane of the Beast, and basically maximize the efficiency of rewards we can get out of that dungeon. As we move over to Gorgos, I do have a little more opportunity. I think in the video before we got up to Burning Land 8 on this team here, again running Nika as the lead for that HP. Nika and Turin are kind of interchangeable here as far as two AoE healers, but the Turin does do an effect accuracy buff that allows Jarrett's passive to kick in. I thought he did everything on his own, but having her on the team is the other side. He needs 2 of those buffs for his passive to kick in. So I think Turin's a must, Jarrett's a must, and then you have a third alternative AoE healer. Isolde might actually be a better character here than Nika because she does have dot damage on her A1 alongside an AoE heal, so she'd be able to double up, and then anybody who's doing a lot of dot damage would take the place here of Anguish. So you could step in a Rosier, for example, or some of your other dot champions, ideally hitting multiple dots within one ability. He has the chance of landing up to 3 on his A3, so he seems to be a pretty good choice. But you can see I haven't got him built out very well yet. He's got a lot of opportunities, as does Jarrett. So I think if I got them up tanky enough, I could press on through Gorgos 9 for sure, probably 10 with the team that you see here. In the Valentine's Day event, I'm kind of making some pretty good progress. Went through and I got all of everything except for stamina and gold. So at this point, I don't know if it makes sense for me to farm. I don't really need anything specific in the main story right now. I have been farming mostly these black stones in order to upgrade champions. So on this, when you move to a 6 star, you need these black stones here. What are they called here? The perfect fairy stone. So I've been farming those because you need 10 every time you want to bring a champion up to 6 star, at least legendary champion. So I figure I got him, I've got Lot, I've got, I thought there was another one that we were looking at. Maybe I was just being hopeful about who I might pull today, but trying to stack these resources up so that I'm ready to go. So as soon as I get to 50 of these orbs, I can move on and bring somebody to level 6. I am super excited to get Sergius going because he has an ability basically to speed your team up, and then you run him alongside Morgan, which is slowing their team down. And between the two of those things, you're really negating the amount of turns that the enemy gets. So that's an absolute amazing combination that can be very effective to get through dungeons as well as boss fights. But without further ado, get into it today. We're going to go ahead and pull our guaranteed legendary. We're going to get through all these tokens. I think I am going to hold on to the upgrade summons for the next champion to guarantee that I have a chance at getting them. I was looking at Nika's chivalries, and I think until you get her to chivalry level 3-ish, there's not huge benefits. I mean, obviously every chivalry is a benefit, but it's not going to be substantial. So it's kind of like, if I could pull 3 more of her, I'd probably go for it. But I think I am going to sit tight on these. I would like to get a Bedivere or some sort of AoE damage dealer that is just a step above Cormac. I will say Cormac is doing a great job for me and my team. So let's start here with this 5 and 6 star gear. Does it specify what types of gear we can get? It's just a chance of, so we'll use it and see what's going on here. Hopefully we get some vigor gear, some counter strike vigor earrings. That's a 5-star earring, 6-star ring. There we go, 6-star chest plate and a 6-star ring. So that is going to be huge benefits to the account there. I wonder if you can click on these and see. Okay, we got HP and effect accuracy, which is going to be pretty good. On this is always going to be defense, effect resistance, but you can change these and hit accuracy. And then 5-star, we got attack percentage, so that's going to be good for a damage dealer. On here, it's on a resistance set, so probably not something I would complete out, but we got attack percent on there. On the earrings, we're looking at HP percent, so that'd be great for a healer like a Nika or a Turin. Evasion as well. So that's pretty good for a healer. That could definitely help us out. I'm also trying to stack up evasion on K, but I don't think I'd want HP as the primary stat for K. I'd want attack, crit damage, or crit rate probably is the one I'd want for the earrings. And then on this ring we've got defense, attack, and so forth. So that, all in all, those are going to be great pieces, because when you get a 6-star piece and max it out, this defense is going to be substantially bigger than when you have a 3-star piece. You're going to get so much more defense on that. Now, to be honest, I haven't really looked into the flat stat versus percentage in this game. I know in other games, flat stats are basically garbage, throw them in the trash. That may or may not be the case here, but right now, for the lack of gear I have on my account, we're going to press on with this flat stat because I think it will help me be significantly more tanky. This type of piece here could be the kind of thing that allows K to be tanky enough to make it through the boar level 10, just because that added defense, I'm not going to get one shot, so that could be super helpful. But we'll play around with that and see if we can press on. Let's go ahead and jump into these guys. We got some relics to come in here. We can get common through rare on these guys, and we got no rares. They're all common or uncommon, so nothing super exciting there. On these ones we can get rare and legendary, so these ones are probably going to be a little more beneficial. And I actually bought all of these outside of Rosier's event, so there was some really juicy rewards in there, especially for a startup account. Specifically if you're looking to upgrade skills and things of that nature, there's a lot of good stuff in there. So if you do have the time to farm some of the story mode, you can get your hands on some of these things as well, help your account out. So we got the Frost for Rosier, and then we got Accolone, which I'm looking to build Accolone. He's going to be necessary for the Frozen Plains in order to get through the bear, because he has a the prevent healing, which is necessary. So you run him alongside Morgan, and between the two of them, hopefully you can auto it where your decreased healing is on while the bear is hibernating, so that when he wakes up he doesn't get that massive heal. But we actually got 2 of those. That's kind of funny. In a 5-pack we got 2 of the same one. And then Cormac here with the wind, his Frost Relic is really the way to go, so I've been putting all my energy into the Frost Relic, so I don't know that I super care about that too much. But everything on the account is a good thing. So let's go ahead and pull this guaranteed legendary. Again, I'm looking hopefully for a Guinevere to help me out with Master of Apocalypse. Having a tough time getting progress in that dungeon just because he eats all of my people. And then, I'm playing RNG because he always leaves my healer. Doesn't do enough damage to get anybody out. So who do we get? It's not just humans who repeat the same mistakes. Okay. Ain is a fantastic damage dealer. I see her mostly used in Arena, but she does a great AoE ability. This is a huge pickup. I'm really excited. I'm not too familiar with her kit, but I know that she smacks. So that is awesome. That is super good for the account. Always love getting a new champion, even though the chivalries in this game do step you up quite a bit. It is really cool to get a new legendary on the account. All right, let's jump over in Lake Avalon and see what kind of damage we could do. We'll start with these normal summons just to get a little warmed up, get our luck moving forward, and we'll see what we get. Hopefully, we're looking to get a rare at all. Otherwise, oh man, that was pretty brutal. That was pretty brutal. We're still looking at building Jarrett and Khalik. I'm trying to think if there's any other uncommons I'm really trying to go through, but I'm still working on getting chivalry level 10 for all of them. Then I can start selling these shards or these memory stones to start saving up for other champions, which I think is going to be a really cool way to get other legendaries on the account long term. So not too much to write home about there, but we got plenty more to pull. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think we're actually going to jump down here into the relics. I'm going to click on this and see how much it costs me in rubies, or if I can do it. Oh, it does not let you pay rubies to finish relic summons. So that's kind of interesting, actually. I did not know that. So we're going to sit tight on those because we do want to pull a 10-pack to guarantee us that red, or that rare storm relic, as well as on the frost and on the fire. We're sitting on 7 on all of those. So that wraps up that. So we'll move up here to special summons. We've got 2 10 pulls and probably complete that third one. Why not? That'll get us pretty close to pity, but we're not guaranteed anything by any stretch of the imagination. So keep our fingers crossed. We're going to test Lady Luck today, see if we can get a little bit lucky. Not gold yet, but that doesn't mean it's not gold, because it's going to be blue. It still has that opportunity to turn gold that second time, which is kind of fun. We got 2 rares on that one, so not the worst we could do. Let's go ahead and skip through, see what our rares were. So we got Bodwin and Kay. So this is awesome. I think I'm on Chivalry level 5 for Kay, and I have a copy of her, so this should get us to Chivalry level 6. That is awesome. Bodwin, for him to be effective, seeing how I haven't got a Guinevere, I do need him Chivalry level 3 before I'm even going to worry about building him, because if I happen to pull a Guinevere before he gets to Chivalry level 3, then building him may not really be necessary. So, but that is a great pull with the K and the Bodwin there. Is definitely going to help the account along. Let's go ahead and grab another 10 here, see if we can light this up. Gold, we're waiting patiently. No. All right, let's see here. Multiple blue. There we go. Look at that. 4 rares. That's pretty exciting. That's going to be good. Let's see who we got. We got Anguish, who's needing some love. We got Cormac, who I believe is on Chivalry level 9. He might actually be my very first completed character, which would be huge. And then I can start selling those memory stones over and start collecting for other champions. Boars. I think. It's right here. It's right here. Just read the number. He's on level 9. I don't know if I have another copy, if that's my first one towards his 10th Chivalry, but we're going to be pretty close. And then Sarah is a great champion as well. Haven't really started building her, but that is a great 10 pull. So let's go ahead and get 10 more. Keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully we see some gold here. If not, we are getting closer and closer to pity. And we are still blue. All right, who do we get? Oh, just 1. That's tough. That's tough. We got 4 last time, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. And we got Arduin. We're on Chivalry level 4 with Arduin, so we're making some progress there. So I typically like keeping rubies on the account, but I see this is sitting here. We can definitely pull to get there, so I think we're going to go for it. If we do get it on this first 10 pull, I think I'm going to stop there and call myself fortunate, but I do want to get 1 more legendary just because I'm feeling greedy. I don't know. I just want somebody else on my team too. It's like I don't have enough to work on right now. We did not get it on this pull, so that's okay. We're going to pull that next one. We did get 2 rares. Let's take a quick peek, see who we got. We got Frederick and a Clementine, so working on their chivalry as well. Hopefully we're going to start stacking these folks up, because once you can start selling all of those memory stones, it's going to add up pretty quickly to getting those new champions. All right, and we got 1 more 10 pull. We're guaranteed this time. It's not gold yet, but we know it's just teasing us. It's going to turn gold, at least if I've done my math right. There we go. All right, maybe we get 2. Oh man, we didn't even get a rare. So that's an interesting thought right there, is when it guarantees you a rare or better. So on your pity, that legendary could be the rare it's guaranteeing you. We're going to zip through these guys. Jarrett, take you all day. Come on, buddy. 2 of them. Nice. And we're going to see. I like the animations of the legendaries when they come out. Merlin, you say? I'll pretend I didn't hear that. So we have a Merlin on this account, but this will be Chivalry level 1 Merlin. That is, I'm not sure what the chivalry brings in, but he is a fantastic champion, so getting his chivalry moving in the right direction is going to be a big win. So let's jump over into our heroes here. We're going to grab Merlin real quick, look at his chivalry. We actually have some gold to be able to put that on him. On this first one, he's getting a 100% independent chance to grant each ally Light of Dawn for the rest of the battle, and that's at the start of battle. Light of Dawn is when weather is day, target recovers 2% HP every turn. So for me, this is probably not going to be super effective because most of my champions, Morgan, Turin, are changing the day to night. And then they do more damage with night. But eventually, when you have more champions on the team, you could build him into a day team where this would probably be very effective. But it is a step in the right direction to get to the next chivalry level. So we're going to go ahead and pledge that there, put them together. I think we're going to pledge it. There we go. All right, and then we went all the way down to the bottom of the list, found Ain down here. We got to build her up. But let's take a look at her passive abilities. These are the abilities she does all the time, regardless of what relic she has on. Her first one, when using skill 3, she attacks all enemies 2 times for 78% damage. So not a lot of damage there, but it's additional damage in whatever's going on with her A3. On her second passive ability, when using skill 2, 100% chance to grant each ally counterattack for 2 turns. So that's actually cool. That is an AoE counterattack she's putting on your entire team every time she uses her second skill. And then she also has a 100% chance to grant each ally critical strike damage. So not only are they going to get to counter, they're also going to be able to hit a little harder when they do. So that's actually a really strong ability. I can see why she's so effective in Arena. On this third passive, we got 50% chance to trigger when an ally is hit, and that's a 100% chance to increase the duration of each ally's buff by 1 turn. So 50% of the time, works every time. But she's going to be able to do a buff extension 50% of the time an ally is hit. So that's actually probably going to proc pretty often. If you think like on a 4-hit ability, each ally, like say K comes in with 4 hits on everybody, that's 16 hits across your team. Theoretically, 8 times she's going to be extending buffs. So that's pretty cool. So let's jump into her active abilities with her Frost Relic. On her A1, we're going to go ahead and have a 25% chance to grant 1 random ally immunity to abnormal status. So that's pretty good. And then also attacks an enemy with 51% damage. So you get that on there, and then with her passive, you can start extending that out. So that could be a really big benefit, especially in Arena, trying to avoid freezes or stuns or sleeps. All that stuff is going to help your team get their turn and make sure they're able to do their damage. On the A2 here, we have 100% chance to remove a debuff from each ally, and then remove a dot from each ally, and then a 60% chance to grant each ally attack increase for 2 turns. So she'd be pretty functional in Gorgos here with 1 dot removal. He often puts on 2 or more. So Jarrett is probably, as an uncommon, still a better choice, but she could be a great secondary person to run alongside Jarrett, depending on her damage level. It doesn't look like she's doing any dot damage herself, so I don't think that would be a huge benefit. But if she's extending dots on the champion, you could run her side Anguish or Rosia or somebody like that. That could be a good benefit and a good win too. But if we move over to her A3, we got a 100% chance to gain defense increase for 1 turn, and again the ability to start extending that when allies are hit with that passive ability. 100% chance to gain effect resistance for 1 turn, and each chance to grant each ally dot immunity for 1 turn. So this right here, if she could keep this up the entire time, she could actually go in Gorgos without Jarrett, because you're going to have dot immunity as long as the extension of that dot immunity continues on. So that would be a pretty cool champion to play with in Gorgos, although Jarrett is a rock star in there and he does not cost as much to upgrade because he's an uncommon character. So the interesting thing is, I thought she had an AoE ability where she smacks really hard, but it seems like she's way more of a support champion. So yeah, you got the support right up here. Maybe one of her other relics has an AoE ability, or maybe she just set K up to wipe me out and I just didn't notice it was K that took the turn to take me out. But she is a great support champion nonetheless. I did also want to bring this up. I found the war shop. So if you go into your clan and go into clan war, there is a shop down here for different tokens, and then you accrue these during the clan war. Now I ended up with like 77,000. So what I did is I bought all of the legendary master memory stones, so I'm close to getting a chivalry up there. But there's a lot of good rewards in here. If you do get to 100,000, you're guaranteed a legendary hero. So that's something to kind of work towards. I also bought a few of these guys to work towards chivalry on some rare characters as well. But inside here, you've got relics that you could pick up. You've got the reset stones and a lot of good rewards in here. I probably should buy some iron because somehow I have way more wood than I have iron, which is pretty bizarre. But don't forget to use that currency because I think it does reset in a day or two. And then I think it'll convert it into gold or do some sort of exchange for you if you don't use it, but I don't know. And I think the value of using it in there is going to be significantly better. So if you have the opportunity to do that, I would highly recommend getting in there and doing it. I am still waiting to upgrade my castle. I need a lot of, I keep calling it iron, but it's steel. I need another 100,000 steel, so I'm just kind of sitting there. Somehow I have almost over twice as much, 3 times as much wood. I don't know what I did to do that. I guess it was just luck of the draw on some of those random pulls you get. But sitting there waiting to move on to castle level 12. But I think that's about what I got for you today. Welcome Ain to the team here. We got Chivalry on Merlin, so that's pretty exciting stuff. I do appreciate you sticking with me all the way to the end. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It means the world to me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.